Hi everyone. Have some blocks nearby to help you with your practice today. And let's really spend some time slowing down, relaxing, letting go. I know for myself it's been a busy couple of weeks, so this is much needed. Okay, so we'll start seated cross-legged, and you can grab one of your blocks and maybe just sit on it. So your sitting bones are on the block. You can rest your hands on your knees and then think about tilting the pelvis forwards. So rather than sitting back, just tilting the pelvis forwards. And you should feel the sit bones really press down into the block then. And then with the hands resting on the knees, you can just start to circle the shoulders. You can do that as much as you like, maybe 3, 4, 5 times one way. So, and then circling the shoulders the other way. Good, and then we'll just hold it there for a moment. Really think about the shoulder blades drawing down the back there, creating space between the ear and the shoulders. And you can rest the hands on the floor, so your fingertips are just brushing the floor. Really straighten your arms and try and reach the fingers down towards the mat. And you just let your eyes close and let your right ear fall towards the right shoulder, so you get a nice stretch there through the left side of the neck. Those fingertips kind of tickling the floor there and really lengthening through your arms. Now just notice how that feels. And bringing the head back up to the center, and let your left ear fall towards the left shoulder. And keep reaching the arms away. So there is tension, there is energy there in the arm. And you're feeling a nice stretch all through the right side of the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then bringing the head back to the center. Just let your chin drop to the chest. See how the back of the neck feels there. Energy through your arms still, so you might even feel a little bit of tingling in your arms. And then lift the head up and see if you can turn the face up to the sky. So now you're stretching the front of the throat. And then bringing the chin back parallel to the floor, and you can just bring your hands onto your knees, let your arms relax, let your shoulders relax. And then start to breathe mindfully in and out through your nose. Eyes closed, face relaxed. Just letting the air float in and out through your nose. Deepening the inhale, deepening the exhale. Next time you breathe in, see if you can expand into the side ribs. So almost like your side ribs will expand into your arms. And then as you exhale, draw everything back into the center. Try that a few times as you inhale, the rib cage, the side ribs expanding into your arms without your shoulders rising. And as you exhale, draw it all back to the center. Try it one more time like that. Feel your rib cage expand into the arms, as if there was hands resting on your rib cage. You can feel or imagine the hands gently pressing you all the way back to the center. So the next time you inhale, see if you can expand into the side ribs and then into the front and the back of your chest. And as you exhale, pull everything back into your center. So you have to breathe deeply to try and get into all those 4 spaces. You're inhaling, into the side ribs, into the front and the back of you. As you exhale, you're drawing everything back to your center. Just try that a few more times. Not only are you starting to focus on your breath, which is going to bring your awareness inwards, but you're starting to wake up all the intercostal muscles that help you to breathe. You're letting the body know it's about to do something. Strengthening your lungs, strengthening your heart. Last time, breath in, expanding into the side ribs, then into the front and the back. And as you breathe out, drawing everything back into you. And just keep breathing mindfully. See if you can maintain that expansion with every breath. And you will forget, but I'll keep reminding you. On your next breath in, you can interlace your hands in front of you and then turn the palms away and start to round into the back as you bring your chin to your chest. And on your next inhale, expand into the side, into the back, into the front. And as you exhale, keep pushing the hands away, keep rounding into the back. Next time you inhale, lift the arms up to the sky and tilt the pelvis forwards and straighten the spine now. And then we can lean over to the right side and see if you can feel that stretch all through the left side. And we'll hold it here. We'll breathe into that left side, especially the left rib cage. And as you breathe out, bring it back through center, and then we'll fall over to the other side. Hold it there, feel that expansion now as you breathe in, expanding into the right side. And then breathing out. Good, come back through center. Now keeping your arms above the head, see if you can lean back a little bit here. Maybe even the face turns up towards the sky a little bit. You're breathing in, expanding into the front, back side. See what you can do. And then breathing out, release. Bringing your arms all the way back down and then just start to circle out those shoulders again. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tight and then circle them the other way. That's it. Good. All right, from here, just take your right arm out in front. Reach it across your body towards the left side, and then you can use your left hand to kind of hook onto the arm and draw the arm towards your chest. Squeeze your right shoulder down the back. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, encourage the right shoulder down the back. So how does it feel there through the right arm? Go take one more breath. Notice where you feel tension and try and use the breath to relax into that right shoulder. You can even try dropping your right ear towards the right shoulder. See if that is a nice place to go. Good. And then bringing the head back through center. Take your right arm around your back, and then we'll interlace the fingers together. Push the palm into the left hand and then draw your left ear towards the left shoulder. That's it. And work on that right shoulder, squeezing down the back there. Inhale, side ribs, front and back. Okay. Now bringing your head back to the center. Release the arms and shake it out. How's that shoulder feel? That's a little bit more space for me. Just taking your left arm out in front and then reach the left arm in front of your body And now you can use your hand to encourage the left arm towards your chest. Okay, and once you get to your maximum, squeeze your left shoulder down the back. Yeah, see if you find that space there. You're breathing in. And breathing out, reaching away. Then you can lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Try and find that space there on the right side. Also strengthening that right arm, holding the arm there. Good, and then bringing the head back through center. Take your left arm around your back, and like you've got a holster, interlace the fingers, push the palm into the hand. Squeeze your left shoulder down the back, and then right ear towards right shoulder. So how's that feel there? Breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely, lifting the head right back up. So keep the hands interlaced, but press the hands down towards the floor now. Let's see how that feels for you here. Squeeze the shoulders back. Maybe the knuckles can push into the block, or maybe the knuckles can push down towards the floor. We'll lift and open up the chest. Breathing in, expand into your front ribs, into your side ribs. Into the back, into the front. And then release and bring yourself back up. Release your arms and give your shoulders a little shake. Okay. So that's definitely feeling a little bit better for me. If you just take your block away, hopefully it's feeling good for you. Take your hands behind you. Have your feet as wide as the mat, and then just windscreen wipe for the legs a little bit. So I know sitting cross-legged can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. So see if you get a little bit of movement there in the hips. We will come back to the hips, but just for now, a little bit of a teaser. Bring your feet together, push down through your fingertips to lift yourself up tall, and then just walk your hands forwards. Okay, you can reach the hands as far forwards as you can, but think about your chest lifting upwards. You can breathe in, and then breathe out. Maybe you can creep the hands a little bit further forwards. And so feel the work that you've done in your shoulders so far, and how are your hips? Inhaling, front, back, sides. And exhaling. So hopefully your hips are happy there while you walk your hands over towards the left-hand side. Go as far over as feels good. And your forehead can go towards the left knee. And a way to think about creeping your right fingertips as far away as you can. Now try expanding into that right rib cage. Keeping your right sit bone on the floor. Don't let it lift up. And then walking your hands all the way over to the other side. Feels good. Taking them as far over as feels good. And again, forehead down towards the knee. And then try with the exhale, see if you can creep the left fingers a little bit further away. And where do you feel this? I'm hoping that you're getting it all down that left side to the left hip. Imagine your left shoulder blade here, how much space it's enjoying. And then walking your way back to the center. Last breath here, reach your hands forwards, lift your chest forwards, and then exhale and fold forwards. Good. We'll walk the hands back up. Okay, bring your knees up together. So a quick little thing for the hips there. And again, let's inner and outer rotate those legs just to release any stiffness, any tension. But we're going to continue with the upper body for now. So we're going to catch hold of the block. I'm kind of dreading this because I know it's not going to be very nice. since I can feel all the knots there already, you're going to put it on its edge. Come into the side. So say if you lie onto your left side, and then you take your arm over the block, and you're going to try and have the corner of the block kind of directly above the pectoral muscle there, just by your chest. And then the block is going to go in that kind of place just by the bottom of your shoulder blade, so not in your armpit, just below your armpit. And then you can relax the head over the arm. So this is already killing me. You can maybe push into your elbows so you don't put so much body weight into that place. And maybe it feels all right for you. Maybe you're all nice and free and mobile, free of any little niggles there. But gradually you can give a little bit more weight into that place. Your neck's getting a nice stretch. If it is super painful, maybe this is where your breathing practice will come into play. You inhale into the side ribs, front and back. And you exhale to relax into it. And eventually the little niggles, the little knots, well, the knots will disappear, not the niggles. And if it starts to feel a little bit more comfortable, you can start to rock forwards and rock back. So now as you rock forwards, the nice bit about the corner of the block is that it can press into the pectoral muscle there. And then take it back. So you might start to feel a little bit tingling in the fingertips, in which case I'd pull back a little bit, or pull out a little bit. So if all is okay, just rocking forwards and back. Ironing out all the knots of tension, of tightness. Maybe this is where you hold your stress. It's certainly where I hold on to mine. Last few little rocks forwards and back. So try not to add tension into the neck by holding onto your head, just relax your head. Good, so that was awful at the beginning and it's feeling a little bit better now. You can push into your right hand to lift yourself up. Good, and give the shoulder a little shake. How's that? Feels a bit longer, a little bit heavier. So I'm just going to change sides. So now you're going to lean onto the right side and pop the block on its edge. And take your right arm over the block and then slowly lower yourself down. You can, again, you want the pectoral muscle, the corner of the block to just kind of land there. And you don't want this in your armpit. It's sort of just below your armpit. Yeah, that sticky place there. You can relax your head, and then if this is tender or tight on this side for you, just know that the other side, you know, we worked through it and it got easier. So maybe you're pushing into your elbows, so you're not putting all your body weight into it straight away. And then with the power of your breath, just relaxing, giving yourself more weight as it feels good to do. So maybe stillness for a moment while you try and focus on letting go. Breathing into the front, the back, the sides. Eventually giving yourself a little bit more weight. All these little places of restriction will limit the capacity for you to breathe. And when that's limited, that's when stress starts to build up. So the pain is worth it. Just start to rock forwards and back. And it's important that we keep on top of this tension as well, just for your your physical form. So I always think of it like a knot is a bit like a pull in a jumper. You know, once you've got a thread and you start to pull, it just keeps on affecting the rest of the jumper. So one little knot in crucial places in your body will be like that hole in your jumper. It will just keep on getting bigger, just keep spreading out until you do something about it. As you float forwards, can you feel the corner of the block push into the pectoral muscle there? How far do you need to lean back? How far do you need to lean forwards? Are you starting to be able to relax into this? This side's definitely taking a little bit longer. We'll be here for one more breath. Make sure that you're relaxing your head so there's not tension in your neck. So now I can comfortably let all my weight fall into the block. So hopefully that's a little bit better. You push into your left hand and then start to roll up. Good. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the neck. Well done. Okay, so now lying onto your back, let's take the block into onto the shoulder blades here. Yeah, you lay down onto your back. Then rest your head onto the floor. So very often people have this a little bit too low down. Do you want to feel the shoulder blades on the block? Your tailbone is on the floor. And then you can take your arms up and over your head. So now once you are there, try and press your shoulder blades into the block. You can have your knees pressing together, your feet as wide as the mat. And I want you just to relax. If it's too much with your arms up and over your head, then maybe bring your hands down. But do feel the shoulder blades pressing into the block. Now bring it back to your breath. So you're going to inhale into the side ribs, into the front and into the back. And as you exhale, bring everything into your center and press your shoulder blades down the back towards your tailbone. Yeah, create a bit more space there. You can think of this like resetting your posture. Inhale, front, back, side ribs. And exhale, draw everything into your center. A few more breaths, just in your own time. Doing any movements you need to do, any adjustments you need to do. Imagine you're remolding yourself into the correct place. How much weight can you push into your shoulder blades with the exhale? Walk your feet a little bit closer together now. Take a breath in. Breathe into the front, the back, the sides. And as you breathe out, draw your belly button back, push down through the feet and just lift the hips up so they just come in line with the shoulders. Feel the weight pour into your shoulders. See if you can just relax here. And then slowly lower down. And again, breathing in. And breathing out, pushing down through the feet and then just lifting the hips up so the hips kind of come in line with the shoulders, and see if you can pour a little bit more weight into the shoulder blades there. Good, and then lowering the hips back down. But try that with the legs straight. If it works out that that's too much, then you can always rebend the legs. Okay, but take your legs out in front. Start to point your toes, energize your legs by straightening them. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, push through the feet and then see if you can lift the hips up. That's it, and we'll be lucky if we can get the hips in line with the shoulders here. Press the weight into your shoulder blades and then lower the hips back down. Relax your legs. Good. We'll try that one more time. Breathing in. And then breathing out, pushing through the heels, and then see if you can lift those hips up. Feel the weight pour into your shoulder blades there. And then lower yourself down. Rebend the legs. And then you can just roll over to one side so that you can come off the block. And then we'll come up to seated. And we're going to take the block into a different place now. So this is where the second block might come in handy. Don't worry if you've not got the second one, it might be okay. All right, so now you're going to put the block long ways in the middle of the mat. Not many people like this one, so hang tight. If you want to, you could put the block there at the top of your other block, but long ways ready. Now, try and find perhaps where your bra strap might be. Yes, so maybe if you're a man, just below your shoulder blades. And then you're going to lay the spine over the block, and then you can let your head fall back. Yeah, so if you've got enough block just to feel the head supported there, that might be enough. Or you can take the block and just rest it around the back of the head there. So this might take a little bit of fiddling to get into the correct place. Once you get there though, it's really nice. Some people don't seem to like this one that much. If it is too much, turn the block on its flatter edge. Now, if you can, let the shoulder blades just fall either side of the block. Yeah, and you've got your head supporting your block being supported by the block, or you're just letting the head fall back. You could use a pillow as well for your head. But what's nice here is imagining the shoulder blades melting either side of the block. Have your knees bent, feet as wide as the mat. And then see if you can be here for a few breaths. See if you can press your shoulder blades in towards the block and down. Have your palms faced up. That might help you to do that. And if it's too much, turn the block on its flatter edge. Breathe into the front, the back, the sides. Remolding or molding your spine into place. So don't be afraid to change the block, to move it to a different place, to put it flat on the floor. All is good. We'll take one more breath here. Nice, guys. If you have got the other block, you could let the head move from side to side. That might feel quite nice. Yeah, and then you can bring the chin to the chest and then start to roll your way up, or just roll over onto one side. It might be a little bit precarious. Roll over onto one side and then lift yourself back up. Good. Give the shoulders a little shake. How's that feeling there? Oh, pretty good. Now you'll just need one block, and we'll keep it at the top of the mat long ways. So making our way up to the neck. You're going to lay down and have the block underneath your head, so not on your neck. So if you find the knobbly bit in the back of your head, the occiput there, you rest it onto the block. Have a little feel of your block. Is it kind of on a diagonal line, or can you make sure that the block is flat onto the floor? Take your arms down by your side and creep the fingers towards your heels. And then once you feel like you've got that length, then squeeze your shoulder blades down into the mat. If this is too high for your neck, you can always turn the block onto its lower edge. But for a moment, just let the head rock from side to side. There might be a few places here that's a little bit sticky. Maybe there's a little bit of tenderness. You can have your knees bent and knees pressing together, feet flat. And you might like to stay in with the head on one side. So say if you let the head fall to the right side and then just kind of stay there for a moment and work on pressing your left shoulder blade down into the back, into the mat. And then swinging the head back over towards the left side. And then pressing your right shoulder blade down into the back and into the mat. And then swinging the head back to the center, hold it there for a moment. Few breaths, breathing into the sides, the front and the back. So you've got the floor to kind of push into in the back. And as you exhale, trying to draw your shoulder blades away from the ears. Few more breaths. Just allowing the breath to help you relax. And one more breath here. Okay, now you're just going to take your hands to the block and then take the block away. Let your head rest down onto the floor. Hop both hands around the block and reach the arms above your head. So you've got your palms pushing into the block and you squeeze your shoulder blades down and try and press the hands into the block. So you're firing up your arms. Feel the strength there through your arms. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades down the back as you lift your arms straight up to the sky. Keep pressing your hands into the block and try and press your shoulder blades into the mat here, keeping your arms nice and straight. And then lift the arms all the way back up and over your head. And now feel like you're reaching the hands away from you. Squeeze your shoulder blades into the mat. And then lifting the arms up. Pressing your hands into the block, work on squeezing the shoulder blades back into the mat. Keep pressing your hands into the block. Last time, letting your arms go up and over your head. There's energy in your arms. Squeeze the block as you reach the hands away. Good, and then keep pressing the hands into the block. That's the challenging bit, just remembering to do that. Lifting your arms up and then pressing your shoulder blades into the mat. Good, and then releasing the arms. Give the shoulders a little shake. Have your feet flat, knees bent, lift the hips up, and then let's place the block underneath the sacrum there. That's it now. You can take your feet as wide as the mat, just let the knees fall in towards each other. And let your arms rest down by the side. So let your shoulders relax here. Start to think about stretching the front of the hips, hip flexors. And then how does it feel on your back? If it feels okay for you, you could extend the legs out to the front of the mat and let the toes fall outwards. If it's too high, just turn the block onto its lower edge. How's that feel there in your sacrum? And imagine now your hip bones melting outwards. You can take your arms up and over your head if you like. Your shoulders are prepped, ready for that. Let's take a few breaths. Okay, remember, if it's uncomfortable, put the block onto its lower edge. Start to feel the hip bones melt outwards with the weight of the toes pouring outwards. And you breathe into the front, into the sides, into the back. Allow your body to melt into the shape. How does it feel in your spine? When you're ready, rebend the legs and bring your feet flat onto the floor. Lift the hips up, and if your block is on the higher edge, you're going to turn the block onto its lower edge. And then bring the right knee into your chest. Take the hand over the knee and squeeze the thigh in. And now you can extend your left leg as far forwards as you can. Once you're there, let the foot fall out to the side. Keep squeezing the right thigh into your chest. And you could circle your right ankle. So doing a few little jobs while you're there. And then we'll bring the left knee back into your chest. Going to extend the right leg away. You can keep the knee bent if you like, or extend the right leg straight. Hug the thigh into your chest and then do a little circle with the ankle one way. And then circle it the other way. If it's really uncomfortable with the block there, just take it away. And then bringing both knees back into your chest. Take the arms over the tops of the knees and hug the thighs in. I like to rock a little bit from side to side here, but if that's too tender for you, don't worry. And now bring the soles of the feet together and knees open, and you can rest the edges of the feet on the floor. Arms go up and over your head again if that feels all right for you. And then you can rock from side to side. So I love this. I love how it feels on the sacrum. Can you let the knees open to their fullest? If you need to, it can help sometimes if you push your big toes together, baby toes together, and heels together to lift the hips up, and try and move your tailbone further towards your feet. And then surrender and relax again on the block. Breathe into the back, sides, front. Breathe out, relax. If you like the rocking, you can continue to rock. But attention now being drawn downwards towards the hips. Hopefully you can still feel the practice in your upper body. That's reminding you to relax. And just thinking about how the hips feel here. How does it feel with the support of the block, and how does the spine feel? Take one more breath. You can relax, you can surrender. So wherever you are, bringing the knees back up to the center. And then bring your right thigh into your chest, and we're going to start to do some circles here. Now it might be uncomfortable still on the block, so you're welcome to take the block away. Otherwise, use it to keep the hips level. And so as easy as you let the right knee fall to the right side to let the left hip go with you. But see if you can keep that left hip rooted down while you explore the right hip. It's nice if you close your eyes so you can really tune into what's happening in your hip, not worrying about what's happening in anyone else's hip. Just what's happening in your hip right now. And then take the circle the other way. You might feel a bit of heat there in the hip, I certainly can. Everything's starting to wake up. Good. Now bring the right thigh into your chest and pop your right ankle on the top of the left thigh. And then just relax here. If you want to sway from side to side, you'll get a nice massage on the sacrum, maybe towards the glutes. And if it feels okay, you can also bring your left thigh into your chest. And you can take your hands around the left leg and squeeze the knee in. Oh, that feels nice. Don't forget, take the block away if it's troublesome. Good. Okay, release. Lower your left foot down onto the mat. And we'll just take the right leg up to the sky. And a few little circles there, feels nice there in the ankle and the leg. You can inner and outer rotate the leg as well. So you're drawing the whole leg inwards and the whole leg outwards. Just so you can enjoy the work that you've done there in this right hip. Lowering your right foot down onto the mat and then attention to your left hip. Drawing a big circle with that left knee. How are the clicks and clunks? Can you keep your right hip rooted into the block? Definitely a little bit clunky for me. Trying to find a smooth pathway. And then take the circle the other way. And again, this is where you'll want to lift that right hip up, but try and keep it rooted. What's happening in your hip? You're managing to control the right hip so you can explore the left one. And then cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. I give you permission to just relax. Everything's soft. Let's let gravity do the work here. How's it feel in your knee? And then as an option, you can bring the right thigh into your chest. And again, if you need to take the block away, take it away. Breathe in. And breathe out. And if this is troublesome for your knee, just draw it back a bit. Maybe don't bring your knee into your chest. And of course, you don't have to have the block there either. Lovely, and then we'll lower the right foot back down onto the mat and then extend your left leg up to the sky. You can do little circles with the left ankle. Still a few clinks, clucks and clinks, or clicks and clunks. And now with this left leg straight, see if you can inner and outer rotate the leg within the hip. Hopefully you can feel the work that you've done there in the hip, allowing you to do this. Nice, guys. Well done. And then releasing the left foot down onto the mat. Extend both legs to the corners of the mat. Again, take the block away if this is too much. Arms can come up and over your head. That's it. And take a breath here. Hopefully everything feels nice and mobile, warm, fuzzy. If anything, just that there's more awareness in your body. So rebend the legs and then feet flat, lift your hips up and then slowly lower the spine down, taking the block away. Good, now hug your knees into your chest. I like to wrap my elbows over the tops of my knees, separating the legs and then interlacing the fingers and drawing the thighs there either side of the rib cage. And then take a little rock from side to side. It feels so much better for me. I hope it does for you too. How's it feeling, the work that you've done in the shoulders there as you rock from side to side? How does it feel in the sacrum and in the hips? A little bit into your hamstrings and then we are done. So we'll take a happy baby, holding on to the outer edges of the feet and then squeeze the thighs down there either side the rib cage. It might be too much for you, this one, so you could take the hands around the backs of the legs. Now, if you feel fine, take your hands inside your feet. Yeah, switch it up a little bit. And then I want you to work on extending your right leg straight. Yeah, and just see what that looks like for you. You want to feel the hamstring working. You want to feel the sacrum pressing down into the mat. And it is a little bit easier because you've got your other leg bent, but it is still challenging. But hopefully you can feel the hamstring stretch. And then rebending the left leg, your right leg. I did my left leg first, and then straightening out the right leg. Yeah, and this might be difficult. You might have your hands around the leg rather than on the foot. But again, this is where your breathing comes into play. Press your sacrum into the mat, try and relax into it. Long breath, front, back, sides. Rebending your your left leg, sorry guys. And now work on straightening both legs. All right, see where you get to with this. Take your hands around the backs of the legs if you need to. And just play with it, see what's possible for you. Breathe into the back, sides, front. When you're ready, releasing the legs, bring both knees in towards each other, hugging them in, and then let both knees fall to the right side. Extend your left arm out towards the left side, and hopefully you can feel a lot of the left shoulder on the floor here. Use your right hand to squeeze the knee down. Breathing in. Front, back, sides. Yeah, see if you can get that 3D expansion. Breathing out. And then bring your knees back into the chest. And let both knees fall to the other side. Bring your left hand onto your right leg. And then try and press your right shoulder blade down into the mat. Breathe into the sides, the back, the front. Well done, guys. Let the breath now guide you into a calm, restful place if you're not there already. So bring the knees back into the center and then extend your feet to the corners of the mat, legs straight. Now you can have your arms down by your side or your arms up and over your head. Yeah, see what feels best for you right now. Eyes closed, face relaxed, jaw relaxed. We'll take a breath in all together. And then open your mouth and force the exhale out. And again, inhale, we expand into the front, the back, the sides. And then exhale, force it out. Last time, breathe in, front, back, sides. And exhale, see if you can really force it out, get every last little bit of air out. Now breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold your breath out for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold your breath out for 4. Now increase that to 5 and keep going in your own time. See what comes up. Allow yourself to get lost in the box breath rhythm. So you're creating a box shape with your breath. Equal inhales and exhales. And same with the pauses. All your awareness now, all your attention on your breathing. And see if you can keep that rhythm going until you don't need it anymore. Until you can just slip into that beautifully relaxed, calm, peaceful place. Even if you've got lots of thoughts flitting in and out, just don't pay them too much attention. Notice they're there, let them go, but allow yourself this little bit of time to rest. You can keep hold of that breathing pattern, or you can let it go. Take this little moment to rest. This is where I will leave you now, and you are welcome to continue your Shavasana as long as you need. If you also need to get moving, then just start to breathe a little bit deeper. Bring movement into fingers and into toes. On your next breath in, reaching your arms above the head. You could do a full body stretch if your arms weren't there already, that is. You bring your feet together, toes together. So stretch your whole body. And then roll over to the right hand side into a fetal shape. And keeping your eyes closed, come up to seated to face the front. Sit in any shape that feels good for you. And once you're there and comfortable, maybe you can give the shoulders a little shake. Drop one ear to one shoulder, the other ear to the other shoulder. Let's see how you feel. Bring the palms together, thumbs into your chest. Take a big breath in through the nose. Then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. As always, in gratitude to the practice and in gratitude to you guys for being here today. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. As always, if you have any questions, just let me know.